Hey guys, welcome back to the Millennial Mentality podcast. I'm your host, Nick Agnelli, here with my co-host, Peter Price.
What's happening?
And Parker Lanosa.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming on, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. It's always a pleasure around Pete. And
my dog.
nice meeting you too.
Yeah, but
thank you.
Stoked for this.
Parker is our by far youngest guest has ever been on. You are 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you still qualify as a millennial?
I just turned 18, actually.
Oh, okay.
Just turned 18.
Congratulations.
So I think the millennial cutoff is 1999.
Okay.
So you're probably
I'm still in it, 03.
Okay, so Gen Z.
Bet. We still rock with you.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, I would love to see the mind of someone who's, for some people over 10 years younger, and for us, I think we're 8 years older? That would make it.
Yeah.
But it's a different perspective, and I think that's really cool to bring to the audience and everyone. As always, guys, thank you for watching, listening, viewing, and subscribing. Continue to tell your friends and family about this. It means the world.
Yes.
So I'm going to come off the cuff. We're going to get to know you throughout the podcast, but something I wanted to talk about that's really relevant right now in the world is what's going on with this Travis Scott Astroworld stuff.
Oh, man.
Have you seen this?
Just briefly. I haven't looked into it much.
So
Actually, I was at Rolling Loud.
Okay.
So I was at Rolling Loud with my brother and a bunch of his friends, and so I think Travis Scott performed. I think it was the second day.
Okay.
So we're there on the second day, and that from personal experience, it was just hectic.
Yeah.
We can we'll jump into it more. I don't know what you're gonna say, but
No, I think it's insane. I went to a few festivals in my time, and I don't like being claustrophobic, man. I don't like being pushed off. I went to a Skrillex concert. I know, at the peak of Skrillex, and I got pushed up to the front where all the headbangers are in the mosh pits, and people are pushing and shit. And really quick, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
right?
that's not my scene.
It's not a good feeling. So I could only imagine the allegations behind it is basically this crowd just kind of getting pushed up and up and up and up. And then on top of it, there's allegations of a guy coming around and basically stabbing and injecting people with drugs for making them overdose.
Is that what happened? I don't know anything about that. I just thought people got stampeded or something.
Basically died from being
Pummeled by a
closed
crowd.
in on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about people getting injected with
people
drugs.
with
though.
fentanyl or heroin, they were coming around. I guess security
Come
guard.
on.
Yeah.
But
That's
also I
fucking
kind of
crazy.
feel like what you said, it's suffocating.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was at Rolling Loud and Travis Scott was performing, and Lil Uzi, I seen Lil Uzi, Lil Baby.
Yeah.
All these people have the same amount of crowds, same amount of
Yeah.
crowds. I think it's just something with, I don't know. When I saw Travis Scott and then when I saw everything, it was exactly
There's two opposites.
Travis Scott's crowd was different from everybody else.
when I was we were right in the middle, and if for anybody watching the concerts and everything like this, and I spoke about this with my fans on TikTok and everything like that. For any point that people get stuck in any type of concert, there's always a middle, middle or emergency exit where you can just jump over and they'll exit you to the back.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. My I was on the railing because people were just shoving, people were throwing up in people's face. I'm like, bro,
Oh my
this is
God.
not even fun. This is not even
what
fun.
What are you doing at that point?
So I'm just yo, let's just get out of here, bro. And then Travis Scott, I mess with some of his music. But when he's just humming in his mic with the auto tune and bro, and then there's flames in the back. I kind of thought it was kind of demonic, low key, there's people in flames.
You're not the first person I've heard say that.
He's humming and stuff like that, and I'm like, bro, this is just mad weird. I saw some of his fans say that too, and then there's stuff in hindsight that you don't really see that
Really?
Well, that's what's blowing up today. This demonic culture is behind. You can call it conspiracy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle being put together right now, and that's kind of this allegation. And one of the reasons he's kind of getting fucking canceled right now, which I'm not a cancel culture guy, but he's getting torched.
And so, okay, just like we do on this podcast, to play devil's advocate, not supporting either side of this argument, but just for the sake of the conversation, do you feel like it's fair to hold Travis responsible for at least 100% responsible for the outcome of the crowd's actions? Yes, he is hosting that show. He's the one on the stage, but
I kind of feel it goes both ways. they said it went 40 minutes, like people were like dying like on the floor. You see ambulances coming in and stuff like that, clearing people out.
Right.
Usually they stop the show immediately, even if they see like one person or something like that. Like he kept on going for like 40 minutes straight. And if you see ambulances coming left and right, usually they have credentials in their ear and they just like say like
someone shuts it. But again, do you think that always falls back on just let's take Travis out of it? Let's just make it a general thing. There's got to be a production manager that's supposed to be in his ear going, "Hey, we need to stop this." Or probably like I saw a clip of Travis noticing something was happening in the crowd, and it was a 5-second clip where he just like noticed like, "Hey, what the fuck is that?" And maybe that production manager's in his ear going, "Don't fucking stop. Just keep performing. Keep going." Like we don't know.
Someone is at fault, and they'll find that whoever really just.
I think there's plenty of people at fault. I don't know that it's fair to pinpoint one person.
Well, but he endorsed the whole event, and that's the issue.
He's the fall guy.
He is the fall guy now, And I guess I saw this on social media
again, not
today.
supporting any side of that argument, just wanting to have a conversation.
It's a very interesting conversation because
but also I saw the layout of the park and where they were like when they had like little baby performing everyone else because it was a festival.
Yeah.
So before last year's Astroworld or like whenever they had it before in Houston, it was there wasn't trees, it was way more open. And now there was like cinder blocks and like a bunch of other stuff like in the middle of,
harder to move around.
Yeah, so now they're saying that there was more like
pre-planned. It was.
They could have planned it way more better if they knew like the amount of crowd that was coming in, the amount of people. So.
And again, just back to that same point, do you really think it's Travis Scott who's planning the layout of the venue? I'm sure that's just someone else's job to book the venue and figure that shit out. Travis just shows up to perform. That guy, I'm sure didn't plan to.
But
anything negative
when
happen.
you endorse something like that and your fucking name and your brand is on it, it's the risk you take.
Yep.
And that's just the reality of the fact. The way the media works these days is they want someone to point a finger at quick. And when your face is on it like that, it's I could only imagine. I hope the guy feels like feels bad because but
don't cancel me. I'm not I'm not supporting Travis Scott right now.
But in retrospect, you can't do anything. But I'm sure now, since that happened, security at these events will go through the roof, and hopefully things will be put into place.
As it should have been from the beginning. You have that many people in one area, that there should be like a lot of precautions being taken.
Exactly. Well, Parker, to you.
That was a hot start.
A very hot start. I think it was a really good topic because, honestly, there's two sides to the argument.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Tell me about how you were raised and whatnot.
All right, so from West Palm Beach, Florida.
Whoop whoop.
561. Around here, right around the corner. My mom and dad are great people, always hustlers in the industry. As long as my brother too, as well.
Parents still together?
But yeah,
it's a beautiful thing. Not a lot of those these days.
I think like almost 30 years.
That's
awesome.
That's awesome.
Years, so yeah, dad just grew up in a great household. My mom and dad.
Parker's phone's been popping off. This man is popular.
I come from a family of just entrepreneurs and just hard work grinders, and it kind of rubbed off on me.
Yeah.
And right now in Florida, I'm the number 12 point guard in the state of Florida in basketball.
Fuck yeah.
And top 250 as a last year player in the country. So that's just a little about me on the athlete-wise. On TikTok right now, I should be almost at 1 million. But right now I'm at almost 500,000.
Okay.
So that's me right now. And yeah, I just started up DJing and then putting my money in the crypto market. So that's where
diversifying a little bit.
That's where my life is going right now.
Bet.
All right, so I got a lot of questions on all you just said. First one being, you said you raised in a household with entrepreneurs. What do your parents do?
My mom is a court reporter, and so she just always just up all night working, getting depots out for the wherever she's sending depots out. Yeah. So yeah, that, and then my dad is a real estate broker for Marriott.
Okay.
For timeshares.
Yeah.
And then my brother just does Amazon and Walmart automation and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah.
He's in e-commerce.
Yeah, e-commerce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frankie's doing big things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it just you two siblings? You have other siblings?
And I also have my sister. I can't leave my sister out.
Yeah.
My sister, my sister owns her own studio. She does all esthetician work, so waxing, eyebrows, all that other type of stuff. Yeah.
What's that business called?
Sitting Pretty.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out you.
We almost put him on blast if he forgot.
Yeah, fuck. We would have cut it out. That's right.
Well, that's awesome, man. To dive into the athlete background a little bit, were you always an athlete? Has it been something that's been in your family, in your life for a while? Are you kind of the rare breed in your family when it comes to athletics like that? What is it like?
Well, my grandpa was a Golden Glove boxer, and like my mom's side is really all athletics.
Yeah.
My dad's side is like really like musicianist
Yeah.
and stuff. So my mom played tennis and like her whole life with her sisters and everything like that. Her sister, my aunt Jane, was actually like a world star tennis player. She had like offers from everywhere. She was like number 3 player in the country.
Yeah.
She had like Georgetown, Syracuse, like everywhere to play tennis. But yeah, that's like I get my like athletics from like my mom's side of the family.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Has it always been basketball for you?
Yeah, actually I started out playing tennis and then I kind of really didn't like it, and then I just kind of like went to the basketball side, and people are like, when they see like a white kid playing basketball,
yeah,
they're like, oh shoot, right?
Yeah.
Especially when the white kid's balling out.
Yeah.
So what do you think of like a program like at Jupiter High School or something local to here? Do you guys ever play against anything like, any teams like that, or what's your division where you play now?
I'm at Oxford, so
Okay.
it's a private school at Palm Beach Lakes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on a scholarship over there. But yeah, we play. I know a couple guys up in Jupiter that I actually play with. They have a really good program. Jupiter Christian actually has a couple guys that I train with. Actually, a few guys. One guy just transferred there. He's like 6'8". They actually have a good program. They're probably actually gonna go really far this year, Jupiter Christian.
All right.
But yeah, like Jupiter actually has a lot of talent. At Jupiter High School, the
coach
regular
there.
community high school and the Christian school actually has. They're both actually really good teams this year.
So the coach at Jupiter High School, shout out JD DePasquale. Coach DePasquale runs that program. So it's the guy who runs. He's been my best friend. Yeah, we grew up with him. He's my best friend. He's my best man at my wedding, and so he runs that entire program. So
it's nice that Parker didn't just talk a bunch of shit about it. Imagine if you were like, oh, trash, straight trash.
That's kind of why I cried. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That would have been so funny. Can we try that one more time?
Yeah. The poop.
Yeah.
Now, again, on the pillars of who you are, you said, you have almost 500,000 on TikTok, and
you said you should have 1 million. What do you mean by that?
All right, so I got banned like 2 times, like over some
dick pics.
Nah.
What was it? What was it, bro?
Nah, actually, probably like showing my body off too much, like doing.
Oh, I wasn't that far off, though.
Yeah, maybe OnlyFans.
Come on.
The kid's swole.
And so in interviewing the first Gen Z, I'll say on this podcast, how much do you think social media and those numbers and that credibility plays into like social life in your high school age right now? You know what I'm saying?
I think social media. I mean, I don't think it values everything of life, not even close to anything at all. But I think the world just portrays social media at such a high level that it's really a fraud. Not saying I'm a fraud on social media, but it really, like, if you look into other people and people that don't really have the following or have low self-esteem and stuff like that, they look up to all these people. And sometimes it might give motivation, might give inspiration, but also on another aspect, it does give a point where like people like get down on themselves and everything like that because they see other people's lives and they think it's perfect. Right. And it shows in relationships and stuff like that. Like you have to live, your relationships has to be like perfect and everything like that. But at the end of the day, you don't know if those people are in debt. You don't know if those people,
right.
You
don't know behind the scenes.
You don't know behind the scenes. So that's why I really don't think social media is actually really everything, but it also is everything too, because you can thrive off businesses, off social media and everything like that as well.
Well, you got to think that your generation was the first generation that was raised with social media. See, our generation, it's a 50-50 split. We went to elementary, middle school, and half of high school basically without it.
Yeah.
And then halfway through high school, Instagram popped off, Snapchat popped off. So we really were at that age where, like, basically, imagine your age right now, Snapchat just coming out. And, like, we thought, why would you want to just send a still picture to someone? It's the stupidest thing.
Dick pics.
Yeah. Well, that's what really gave it the leapfrog.
I think Snapchat was used for porn. I'm being serious.
No, 100%, dog.
Yeah.
Sketchy shit.
Yeah,
because after the 2 seconds it's up, it's gone. You know?
This was before OnlyFans, too. Yeah. It was like the way.
So I do think it's very interesting. Now, as you say that you're basically saying that there's really good things about social media and there's really bad things about social media.
Sure.
What do you think?
I like everything about what you just said, actually. It was like a perfect point.
Do you think that teeter-totter, though, is more bad than good or good than bad?
I think it's how you use it. Sorry to steal your answer.
No, 100%. It's definitely how you use it. I think it also affects your mindset as well, like who you're following. Because if you're following all inspirational and people that are only gonna like lifting you up, and you're seeing only stuff that's gonna inspire yourself and get to new frequencies and new levels in life, you're definitely gonna be using your social media towards that advantage. But then also, like, people, like, they follow a bunch of weird pages and stuff like that, and then they're waking up in the morning, go straight to social media, and they see, this, that's just feeding your brain damage in the morning. Yeah. What are you gonna? It's gonna fluctuate every single day. You're gonna have a bad routine every single morning. That's gonna lead to a bad day, day after day after day. And people wonder why they're so empty and so depressed after time, because your social media, you view that you're on your phone 10 hours a day, and you're not doing anything with your life. So
filling your brain with bullshit.
Yeah, literally. Literally shit, bro.
And I like the point that you made too about, it being a facade to a certain extent. I think there's definitely authentic people on social media, without a doubt. And I don't think it even has to do with how big your following is. You know, I think there's people with massive followings that, sell out and then become, start putting on a front, to maintain that following or keep it growing. They see the money.
That's a short-term game, though, when you're fake on social media, because 100%. It's going to end up coming out fucking regardless.
There's so many trolls that want to expose people now. You can't hide much.
The long game, the not clickbaity thing is to be yourselves, and then over time, your audience will naturally grow and grow and grow, and people will fuck with you because they know who you are and they fuck with you. But if you give this vibe of, I'm just up here as a fucking actor, then people are gonna catch on to that shit real fast. 100%. They're gonna see out in public, they're gonna say what's up. They're like, yo, the dude was a dick. Why so it's eventually gonna come out. I think it's a short term versus a long term game.
And I don't want to throw shade at really anyone, which side of the fence they're on. I just think it comes down to, if you try to perceive yourself as authentic. There's nothing wrong with getting on YouTube and acting. You're putting out content, you're putting out videos. Some of those people want to be actors. They're not trying to portray their actual real life, As long as you don't put it out there as like a real life blog or vlog, whatever you want to call it. This is what I do every day, but it's actually not anything about what you would do every day. Then I think it's okay with just putting something out for like entertainment purposes, It's okay to not be authentic and want to show the world everything about your life.
You just want to make someone laugh.
As long as you're not selling it as this is my life, Yeah. It goes both ways.
And do you feel pressure, Parker, to always feel like you have to put up this front of, I'm doing great mentally, I'm doing great physically, I'm thriving, I'm growing? Or do you feel like even on the bad days you post like, hey man, today was fucking shit, How do you feel like there's pressure to always be a perfect Parker?
Definitely I'm always striving to be the best person I can, and that's my goal every single day. It's me versus me. I'm not really competing with anybody else. Yeah. Of course I'm competing against other people I want to beat them and stuff like that. But it's just I'm really focused on it's me versus me every single day. But back to your point about saying I kind of really don't post that type of stuff on social. Even if I'm going through the rough times, I'm still, because my following that I have and a bunch of my fans it's always just known for motivation and a mindset that I just keep up. So I'm still people don't really know when I'm having a bad day or something like that. I'm always just gonna show that. Mm-hmm. But other than that, if I'm in person, I'll definitely tell I'm trying to say I'll tell you physically. But social media wise, I'm just always gonna be in that mindset.
It's not necessarily on brand for you. Yeah.
I get and listen, sometimes when even in this short snippet of this reality that we do now, it's hard. Some days you have to show up or have a smile on your face when some of the podcasts we've recorded in the past, I've been like, dude, I had a shit Monday. I'm I don't feel like doing this. And you have to put this persona on. I think it's also good to have a balance of, we do talk on podcasts about having shit days. And you're not different for feeling that way. You're not ostracized for feeling that way. It's part of the human process to wake up sometimes and just question everything and feel like shit and, and have those insecurities. Do you feel like your generation is doing good with social media as a whole, as a macro now, not just you, just as a whole? Or do you feel like it's something that's a lot of people are struggling with? With mental illness, with insecurities and anxieties and all that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's it's a broad statement. So there's two people that I know, a lot of kids that are running with e-commerce and stuff that, and they're running with social media and thriving as well. But then there's a lot of kids that are also just they can't handle social media because they're just
they get bullied or
or they're just they're around just that atmosphere of just seeing all this negativity and just leading their life down the wrong path.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then the last pillar I want to talk about is DJing. So tell us about this and what this new passion is, for you.
Oh, so I just picked up all my equipment. I'm actually excited. I don't know if you guys know Alex Gregory.
Yeah.
So Alex Gregory and all them, I kind of reached out to them after I went to a bunch of Halloween parties, and I'm like, I could be making money while I go out. Especially there's no DJs. I was actually in Jupiter this whole Halloween. Mm-hmm. So these people were throwing like massive parties and stuff like that. And they're like, there's like no DJs. And I went to one that this girl threw, and it was just a crazy house party. And they
high school house party?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah. So they paid him to come and everything like that. And like, there's like no DJs. And so when they paid him, and I saw when everyone turning up when the DJ comes in, like I'm like, yo, I could really make money off this. And plus all the where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if all those people that love to party around there and they throw parties every single weekend, that's easy money. I'm always going to be booked for the next 2 years of high school, and like later down the road, of course, it'll transform while I'm in college playing basketball. I'll go to like make money. You know what I'm trying to say? While I'm training in in the summer times, just DJing all these frats and stuff that's easy. Like for some people, $750, like right there, and you're doing a bunch of gigs. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So I saw like there's like no DJs around the area, so I'm like, oh, might as well just come and DJ. And then it's mainly for the networking too. Yeah. Like later down, if I have a bunch of people that later down the life, these kids that party and stuff like that, they'll later realize, oh shoot, like I gotta get my life together. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I gotta start a business. Yeah. They know me through social media. They know me through DJing. Oh, this is what he does. Mm-hmm. Jump in his business, and maybe I might want to get into their business as well. So you know what I'm trying to say? Just networking and everything like that. So that's really kind of like, I don't know, just like DJ just picked up like that. So I'm just like learning off Alex Gregory, and then Adam at Clematis Social, like I recently ran into him. So there's a bunch of people I'm kind of like picking their brains off of. So that's really, I'm trying to go down that path too as well.
That's cool, man.
Parker, you're wise beyond your years. It's really impressive. The one question I have to you is, obviously, with saying you're wise beyond your years, you're an old soul. You've realized things at 17 years old that some kids our age haven't even realized yet, and how to attract things you want in your life and go after things and be bold. Do you feel like at sometimes, though, you're living past your years? Like at some point, if I were to go back to my 17-year-old self, I would want him to be inspired. I would want him to be pushing for more. But I would also say, like, be 17. Like, be a kid. Like, go to those parties, Halloween parties, and just party in them, So, again, this isn't to try to convince you to go any other way.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just the thought of, like, I would never want to... Obviously, you have an entrepreneurial spirit. You're going to do amazing things in anything you do in your life. But also have fun in the game, too. You know what I'm saying? Don't... I don't want you one day to be 25 and look back at the years from 17 to 25 and be like, bro, where did time go? You could be sitting in a penthouse, with, amazing life, but you're like, wow, those years just went by like that.
Right. Do you feel like you're still living the life of a teenager, and like you're having the normal high school experience, or are you doing something different?
That's actually a great question, because that question actually like frequently comes up between some of my friends when I'm talking to them. They ask me that question, like, how do you like deal with like you're like, you want to strive success so much and like do this stuff. I actually like balance my life like both. Like I recently like not recently, but like last year I kind of like noticed I wasn't going out. Like I was like I was just grinding so much, and I was in my head, and I wasn't really getting as much done as I am now when I balanced my life. And so my mom told me, like, I remember like literally, like I had a lot of friends. I had a massive following, but I just like was not going out.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, and I was like, I kind of felt myself like deep down, like, bro, like I really don't even have a lot of friends. Like I have a few friends around me and stuff like that. And like, and I was like, yo, I gotta start like going out. Like I gotta live my life. My dad said it too. Yeah. And like coming from my dad who like grinds a lot and hustles, and he was like, yo, you gotta go live your life. So, like, I remember I'd be sitting on, like, Saturdays, Fridays, like, and I'm, like, looking at all these kids' stories, man. I'm grinding, and I'm getting stuff done, of course. I'm way ahead of, like, all these kids. But it's just, like, I was like, yo, I got to start living my life. I don't want to look back, like you said, when I'm 25 and saying, well, like, I'm sitting on this and, like, not saying I'm not going to be happy at that point. Right. But I was like, yo, I got to live. I'm never going to be 16. I'm never going to be 17 again. I got to do this, like, right now. And so, yeah, that's actually a good point. But I also prioritize all my priorities and do all my stuff. Yeah. And then I go out. So, like, I look forward to like the nightlife, like, and I get all my stuff done during the day.
Yeah. That was well said, dude.
Very well. I'm telling you, you're wise beyond your years, Parker. It's impressive. We always talk about that balance. You know, like I said, if you use the illusion that there's 5 glasses of water in front of you, there's faith, there's happiness, there's money and a career and everything in between. If you pour everything into one cup, the other 4 cups are fucking empty, and you're gonna empty them. You gotta pour the right portion into everything. And I will say it to the day I die. I do believe in burnout. I do believe that if you don't reset things and be social and go out, like, that's the one thing I disagree with Gary Vee on. Gary Vee's like, grind. I worked fucking 100 hours a week when I was 18 to 25, and like, I came from 2 pennies. Sick. I'm so happy you're successful now. But also from the years of 18 to 25, those were, looking back, probably going to be some of the best years of my fucking life, I experienced so much. I fucked up so much. I grew so much.
Yeah.
So... like,
there's a fine line there.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying for sure. And, to the point that we were just making with Parker, you got to enjoy your life. I don't necessarily know that that's what Gary Vee means when he says that. Like, don't still enjoy your life, Like, I think he just...
well, his kicker is grind 100 hours a week at what you're passionate about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not really grinding. It's just following your dreams. But still, to that, I'm like... you got to go out and party something, I
have a feeling Gary Vee wouldn't disagree with that. I don't think that he necessarily meant
that
don't live your life.
I have something to add on that too. Like David Goggins, all these people that are motivational speakers in the industry, and that like all these influencers that just preach about like you got to lock in and keep yourself in a shell and stuff like that. And I think honestly that's like one of like the worst things you do. You want to grind, like I like you want to grind, and there's sometimes you gotta get in the shell and you gotta like zone out everybody else. You gotta tune and lock in. There's some nights you can't go out. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So, but I honestly think you gotta have people in your corner that are winning, and they gotta like be feeding you stuff, because there's stuff that you can't see that they can add value information on your life.
So on a lighter note, to jump off of that, are you single? Are you taken? What's your status?
Oh, right now I'm single. So
are you a player?
Bet.
You gotta play the game sometimes. I mean, I'm in the game right now. So we'll see how it goes.
How many players are in the game? I'm putting out blast.
Oh shoot.
He doesn't know.
You don't have to answer that question, Mike. You don't have to answer that.
Just one. That's the best answer, and you know who you are. Have you been in a relationship in high school? Are you a relationship guy? Do you like kind of just living the single life?
I don't know. Well, I was kind of like, oh shoot. So I met this one girl. Hopefully she's not watching this.
She's watching.
She's definitely not. They're all watching. Shoot. Sorry for anybody who sees this, but
he said they're all watching.
They're all watching.
He's like, fuck it.
They're all watching. So there's one girl. We kind of like kicked things off. But it just, we're gonna say it wasn't really the right timing.
Yeah.
So
it's a real thing.
I was school was starting, and I was in the summer, and I was in the recruiting process, and I have a lot of coaches looking at me, and I'm grinding, and I'm going to all these workouts and stuff like that, and I didn't really have time, you know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. In a relationship, you're adding yourself and money and everything like that, and I was just focusing on myself, and every summer I had like a label to my summer, and this summer was a separation summer. So that was really my goal, was just to separate myself coming into this junior season. And so it wasn't really my timing right now. And then so I kind of cut things off, but now I don't know, kind of opening up my eyes right now. So we'll see.
You looking?
Yeah, I'm looking. Right. But
what's your type?
Oh, I like brunettes. I like Spanish girls, but I like blonde girls. I like everything. I like everything.
I ain't got no type.
I like everything. I like everything. So yeah.
And the girls you're talking to are like older. Are they high school girls?
Oh, a lot. Like usually a lot of them are like, Tinder, bro. You giving me a lot of some of these FAU girls, like, they're like down. Like they're down. They down. So like,
that's great.
I don't know. Ever since I've been going out and stuff like that with my brother, and just like just like out with a bunch of older people. It's like
you got the Kavorka.
Yeah. I don't know if Parker knows what that means, but he's got it.
He's like, I don't know, bro. When you're just around older, like not maybe like just like 3 years, like 21 and stuff like that, like 20. Like there's stuff that they do that like the girls in high school. Not saying they don't get down and stuff like that, but there's stuff
experience.
Like, they're just like, I don't know, like some of them are just like, you could just see the way the brain fluctuates.
There's levels to this shit.
And if you have a buddy out there who like looks up to you in the way you move with women or whatever your thing is, what would you say is like your best advice to talking to girls and dating girls?
I think everything is just confidence and just the way you smell too.
That was great. That was good. So what's your cologne? What do you wear?
Actually, probably Eros is a really good by Versace, and then Invictus is another one, and then there's this one called like it's like 100% or 1,000% that this dude was wearing in the gym, and I'm like, dude, bro, you smell like like you smell good, bro. Like what is that? And then so like it's like a gold bar, like I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Like I don't know, but it smelled like really good, so I'm like, yo, I gotta get that. Yeah.
So confidence and smelling good, guys.
Yeah,
that's your go-to.
Don't be in there stinking.
Now, what is your... So I have another best friend. So all my best friends played basketball. I played football growing up. I played at Dwyer. And, but they all played at Jupiter. And one of my best friends now, he was the Palm Beach Player of the Year for basketball in 2013. Shout out Mike Edgley. Do you have local goals? I know your dreams of basketball go beyond, high school, but do you have a local goal you want to hit? Best player in the state of Florida, best player in the 5-6-1. Do you have any distinct goals?
So right now, I'm just trying to lead the county in probably like a scoring and like an assist, and then just be the best player in 2023 in Palm Beach County is my goal this year. And then just my school, we're kind of underdogs right now, so just really make a statement going into every single game that we can play. So yeah.
And you guys play small or play big?
We're 3A right now, so we're like in like the private school, but we place like high private schools. Like St. Andrews, a bunch of like who else is really good right now? St. Andrews, Grandview, schools in Miami, like a bunch of like schools that are kind of like big in like the private school area. So yeah.
What's your strength? Shooting, passing, defense?
I'm like really quick.
Yeah.
Like I might actually play football next year.
Okay.
So yeah, actually like we got our school got like fined and they took away our football for like
I heard that. Yeah.
Oxbridge. I don't know if you ever knew like them. Like they were like we were like
what happened?
We played against like our coaches were recruiting. Like we were getting guys. Like we were competing with IMG. Like schools like that were like crazy. I guess we were like paying kids. Like we have a lot of kids that are in the NFL right now. Mm-hmm. And Key John Smith is one of my guys. Shout out to Key John Smith. He plays at Ole Miss right now. He's about to go to the league. He's a safety. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might play football next year. I might play slot. So slot or running back. So we'll see. But everything, I'm just like really fast and quick with the ball. And then you definitely got to be able to shoot at my height.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah.
You shooting guard or point guard?
Point guard.
Okay. And now, what's a dream? Not a dream, but you could say dream or school that you want to. What's your dream school to go to? Like, what type of school?
Probably like just like a Texas Tech. Probably like the Big 12.
Okay. They
produce a lot of NBA players, so that would probably be like a.
Have you been in contact with any of those of the schools in there?
I actually played with we were number 17th. I ran with them for one tournament. Team Florida, it's Adidas team out of Orlando, and then we went up to Georgia, and we had like everyone at our game. It was lined up. I'm talking about like coaches like lined up throughout like with all Big 12, SEC, ACC. Mm-hmm. And so Penn State reached out to me, Youngstown State. I had an unofficial visit to FAU, Barry University, PBA. I was actually just talking to Coach Evan the other day. They're just going to come watch me. They're D2, but just like D1 schools, yeah, Bellarmine actually is one of mine. They might come through. And lay it down, the offer.
It's still early too, huh?
Yeah, we'll see how everything goes. I'm just like kind of like letting just focus on playing this year, and then just hopefully have a breakout season. Yeah.
So you're the class of 2023.
Yeah.
Do you think that you're gonna be you're thinking you're gonna be the best point guard in the class of 2023 coming up? That's the goal.
No, well, I'm trying to move my ranking up in the state of Florida. There's a lot of great guards right now, coming up, but definitely in the country, it's just so hard competing against guys that are just like 6'4", like 6'5". Like these guards are just like, not saying like physically. I mean, kind of physically, but they're just like way like taller. They have they cover more space and ground on the floor. They can throw it down. They're athletic. So yeah.
Well, I'm impressed, Parker.
Bro.
I'm very impressed, man. If you want to leave the people with one note, if you have a classmate, a peer, or someone that, you just known for a while, what would you want to leave them with? It could be a quote or just advice.
So every single time I go on these podcasts and everything like that, there's a key I live my life by, and I actually wrote something down for this podcast, and I live my life by getting mad. So it's taking action daily, and so
massive action daily.
So you got to get mad about where you want to be in 90 days from now, or how long, what is it, 52 days until the year ends.
Yeah.
So you can get 1% better every single day. So you got to get mad about where do you want to be with your relationships 52 days from now. If you're 1% getting better, you're 52% better than you were today. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So just taking action daily and getting mad about where you want to be with your relationship, your finances, your physical well-being, anything in life. So just get mad about where you want to be within the next until January 1st, 2022. So that's really how I live my life, is taking action daily.
I love that. That's fire.
That's awesome. Yeah. Get mad. Yeah. Well, Parker, your story's amazing, man. I can't wait to see what the future is like for Parker, man. I think that you're gonna do great things. Your athleticism, I'm really excited to see, and thank you for coming on.
Let's get the TikTok to a milli.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's a good
thank you for coming on today, guys. What's your socials?
We'll throw that shit in the description.
Yeah. All right, guys. We will see you guys. Thank you guys for watching, listening, viewing, and subscribing. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Good shit, guys.
Yeah, it's nah, nigga. I've been outside, I'm just trying to get it. Cause when you only fear God, well, the sky's the limit. Got me speeding through this life, going 200 a minute. Probably sliding with them packs and something nice that's tinted. And if that little bitch a foreign, that little Naro is in it. And I know them boys talking like all that renting. We'll come and rent it for a minute, bet it cost you a ticket. Tryna double up them racks, dog, that's just how I'm living. Look, exclusive lifestyle, my dog, he been pumping it. Grinding 7 days a week, that young boy hustling. We can slide the Benz, slide the Euros at a Cullinan. Had these niggas bitches wildin' out on some other shit. We just want the bag, screaming MOB like fuck a bitch. Millennial mindset, tattoos in the podcast. Ask you what you tryna do, but you ain't got the time yet. My dog up 2 hustles, you ain't on your grind yet. Like how I'm still up and ain't get paid for my rhymes yet. I guess it ain't time to sign on that dotted line yet. It's cool I deal with straight cash, I rarely use a sign check. Really need that rollie for my wrist for the time check. Cause all I'm ever into is getting money and having bomb sex. Look, just for a second, dawg, don't take this out of context. Just because I'm short, dawg, don't think I got a complex. When you hear my music, I promise you're gon' say I'm next. I know these niggas hating, they gon' treat this like a contest. So I'ma spit them bars that oppress a nigga conscience. Cause one thing's for sure and another's for certain, that I'm in love with the grind and now I'm constantly working. I can't chill till I'm in that triple M with the curtains. Got me fucking up that sack for the days I was hurt. But I still don't trust too many cause these niggas be serpents. Soon as you show a little love, you can see them get nervous. So I'ma treat them like my ops and I'ma roll them up perfect. Yeah, bitch, yeah. It's no, nigga.